Over to you, Arsenal. Absolutely massive stuff from Manchester City. We've just beat Leeds away at Elland Road 1-0. Make no mistake, that is one of the hardest places to go in the country. In football, full stop, Elland Road is a very, very difficult place to play. Always. It is. It's a hostile environment. Leeds absolutely up for this game today, and they were the better side for the first half an hour, but City have come away with a massive victory. Was it pretty? Absolutely not. It really wasn't. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that this is the Manchester City of old, that we are dominating teams and scoring a whole bunch of goals, that there isn't problems to be ironed out. There absolutely is, of course, but is this the City side still slowly but surely with bumps in the road heading upwards in trajectory? I absolutely believe it is. I really do. What's up, big man? Hello to you to ask me in the chat. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, give the video a like, help support a lifelong Manchester City fan, and subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Loads of content on this on these videos, and hopefully you enjoy that. But this was a massive win. It really was. We needed to win today. We needed to get one of the difficult away games out of the way, and this is absolutely a game that a month and a half ago, and definitely last season, maybe early on in the season too, that we slip up at. We just do. I'm sorry. How many people? And be honest, if you're watching this, be honest. Put it in the comments or whatever. Be honest that you felt that we were going to slip up here. I want to see how many comments in the video will say, "Be honestly, just put I did." That's it, and I'll count how many I did there are. I'd be surprised if it wasn't an awful lot. But the most important thing is that we found a way to win. We don't have to win the league this season being as good as we were in previous years. That's the one thing I want to remember everyone. That's what I want everyone to remember that. Liverpool last season were a bang average side in my humble opinion, yet they won the league because the Arsenal were not good enough. City don't have to be brilliant. We just have to be consistent and find a way to win. And games like this one, against teams like this, against teams like Arsenal in the running, look, keep winning, man, and they'll do the rest for you, Arsenal. I truly believe that. We are not perfect right now. We are finding many different, faults, and we're going to try and iron them out. But we are slowly answering questions. Have we got more goal scorers in this team now? Yeah, Semenyo can score goals when Haaland's not there. Are we finding new patterns and the ways to defend as a team? Are we digging in and grinding out results? Absolutely. A few times now recently, we've defended when we had to. Look, we can't keep the ball as well as we used to. No, absolutely not. But we know how to defend right now, and we're solid. Ruben Diaz, Rodri, Mark Gay, they were winning everything as the ball came towards them, with 15 minutes left. Nunez and Ait-Nouri were aggressive and assertive in the challenge. The team had to defend. But, that's normal. Sometimes you got to defend. We have to do this even in our best seasons, don't forget. And I know we're not as good as we used to be, but we don't have to be. Like, you don't have to be a peak Man City or a peak Liverpool to win this league at the moment. You don't. And that's why I'm encouraged, because I think we're showing ways to win that we didn't have a couple of months ago. I think these signings have been transformative. We don't win this game without Semenyo. We don't win this game without Mark Gay. Absolutely. And I'm really, 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 I'm feeling good about it. I really am. I think City right now will be buzzing in that dressing room, because this is one of the games that you look at and you think, well, who knows? Look, there's 10 games left now for City, 30 points left to play for. I think 7 or 8 wins can win this league, especially one of them is at the against Arsenal. I think that's all it's going to take. I don't think Arsenal are going to win 10 games out of 10. I think they're going to win 6, maybe 6 or 7. We win 7 or 8 and we win the league. I think it's really as simple as that, and I think it's very possible. 2 points behind as it currently stands. Of course, we just win all our games now, we win the league. It's that simple. It sounds easy, doesn't it, when you say it like that? But that is the case. It is in our hands, and Arsenal will be feeling that. And Arsenal tomorrow, they got to go to Chelsea and get a result there, and they probably will do. Most likely will do. But it's not easy, and the pressure, they'll be feeling it, because they would have looked at this game City were playing away at Leeds. Leeds have won 7 games this season. 6 of them have been at Elland Road. It's true. Elland Road is a great stadium for them. They would have looked at this game and hoped that City slipped up, but they didn't today. I've got to give shout out massively to Rayan Cherki. I thought Cherki was absolutely mesmeric. He won man of the match on Sky, and I thought Cherki away at Elland Road yet again. It's a cliche, but this is the exact kind of game that Cherki apparently wasn't meant to be able to handle. The kind of game where it is small, like the stadium it's not small, but it's like intense. It's close up. It's not a big, dramatic stadium where you get a big pitch and you can caress the ball around. This wasn't that kind of game. This is one where it's up in your face. It's hostile. Leeds want to kick you, but no, Cherki was so smart. The composure, the intelligence of Cherki. He didn't keep giving the ball away, mate. He did a few times, absolutely. But he also slowed the game down multiple times. Cherki created anything good that came from this game. Cherki created, and of course was pivotal in the goal. That goal doesn't happen without his brilliant pass down the channel to Ait-Nouri. Ait-Nouri, brilliant run, by the way, and great cross in Semenyo, doing his Semenyo thing. But Cherki was also giving and going, slowing the ball down. I thought he was really, really good. I thought Cherki was excellent away at Leeds. Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely deserves the credit. And look, shocking first half hour. Everyone was, apart from one or two defenders. But yeah, and then after that, I look at Ruben Diaz. I thought he was struggling a bit in the first half an hour, but after that, Diaz put his head on anything that came his way. Diaz was there heading it. He was aggressive. He led that back line. Gay once again excellent. And Donnarumma, look, I'll look at the stats for you, by the way, and people will get bogged down on this and they'll look at the XG and go, oh, Leeds had about the same amount of XG as Man City. I would like to remind you there was two big chances that Leeds had, two good chances that were offside, but they never gave the offside because they didn't go in and they carried on playing anyway, and they would have pulled them back for offside or fouls or whatever. I think there would have been a foul on Gay as well when that chance with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So those chances count on the stats, if that makes sense. If you take those off chances away, maybe the foul potentially, it paints a very different picture. I would like to remind people of that. And it wasn't perfect. It absolutely wasn't. But ultimately, City got the job done and they found a way to kill the game. And in the second half, there wasn't really anything. I don't recall a single chance of any quality. I mean, I'm looking at that from Leeds there in the second half. And the mood for me, the vibe was that Leeds huffed and puffed, but couldn't blow the house down. This house wasn't made of straw or it wasn't made of sticks. It was made of bricks. And that, I don't know where I'm going with this. Big Bad Wolf, Big Bad Leeds could not blow the house down. And Donnarumma, as has to be said in the chat, he behaves like a Manchester City fan. He does. And his ego, his presence, his aura. Aura mogged Leeds. There we go. I thought he was great. He's so good. He's so reliable. He did make the saves that they had to, even if they were offside. And yeah, really, really impressive. And I thought the team overall, Rodri slowly but surely showing signs of that quality that he's got. Passing the ball all day. Like that is Rodri. That, by the way, I love to see that. 119 passes, 109 completed. That is peak Rodri. Rodri does that. He makes 110 passes in a game, and that's good to see that again. And a couple of key passes there, of course, but mainly he was doing the ugly stuff. He was winning the ball loads, he was aggressive, he was assertive, and little things like in the end there, where in the 93rd minute where Leeds are pressing, he's in his own area, 5 yards from his goal, and he just stands strong and lets the Leeds player push him over with the over-eagerness of a team looking for an equaliser, and wins a free kick towards the end. And City then go on, of course, to defend and keep the lead and win 1-0. Experience, man. That's what we've been lacking, and I love that from him. Bernardo Silva, tenacious as ever. I hope Nico's all right, by the way. Nico off there. He looked like a nasty one, that. The way his ankle bent. It might just be a knock, but he looked sore. And I'm really worried that there's going to be a little bit of cartilage or ligament, in his ankle there that's sore. Because he didn't look nice, that one. I hate it when there's a bend, and there was a bend there. It looked minging, but fingers crossed. He can come back. He should have scored as well, actually, for what it's worth. Yeah, but Semenyo, by the way, Semenyo, his game isn't always pretty. It isn't, but you cannot deny that he's very effective and very fucking good in front of goal. Like, the guy scores, the guy creates goals, and several contributions now since he joined Manchester City, and this has won us a game away from home. He's making a run that most people just don't make a run anymore in a City shirt, and if Haaland's not going to be there, your big man Semenyo is, and that stuff, mate. Look, if you're going to win the league this season, you've done your bit there, Antoine Semenyo. You really have. He's been great for us. He's been great for us, and Gay as well. Two wonderful signings. I thought Marmoush was lively. Didn't really massively get involved, but he was lively. Semenyo came on and didn't have a touch at all until the 93rd minute, I think. It wasn't necessarily his fault. The ball wasn't going his way. Just a bit of a weird twist of fate. But he actually did. His one touch was a good challenge, and then a good counter. But it was fine. It is what it is. Nice to see him back in the team. Who else? The bench looked good as well today. And I think Reinders and Ake did all right when they came on as well, for what it's worth. And that was without Doku and Gonzalez, Foden, Kusanov, Stones. Look at the players left on the bench today, by the way. Real quality there, And we got Guardiola to come back, and Kovacic too, eventually. The squad's getting good. Rico Lewis just didn't make the squad today. Didn't make the cut. But overall, I thought City were good today, man. That was a big game. We needed to win. Just keep finding a way to win. And I enjoy I enjoy this sort of developing Manchester City side. It isn't perfect. I'm not stupid. It's far, far, far from perfect, but it is aggressive. It is a naivety, but there's there's hope in the eyes of these players. They are learning, and you've only got to look. Like, I find it mental, like how far Núñez has come. You've got to look at his development and how good he is when we've got to stand tall at the end there. Massive, absolutely massive. Yeah, and Ait-Nouri, by the way, look, I'm just seeing these stats from him. Ait-Nouri, I think he's a really good player, and he was really aggressive defensively today. An assist, 77 touches, didn't waste a dribble, won every aerial ball that he went for, won every ground duel that he went for. I remember when we signed Ait-Nouri, everyone said that he couldn't defend. I thought that was bullshit, man. When I did the stats research when we signed him from Wolves, he was like second or first best in the league in pretty much every defensive progressive metric, like in terms of winning the ball high up the pitch and stuff like that. He's really good defensively, Ait-Nouri. Not perfect, no, because he's obviously a technical fullback, but he's not like Kyle Walker or Zabaleta or whatever. But like, he's better than people pretend he is. He won all his ground duels, all 8 of them, 100%. 6 successful dribbles. He won every dribble he made, he did. 5 recoveries. He got the assist for the game. That's a massive performance. Like, Ait-Nouri and his technical ability, he's some player. I need to quote tweet this right now. Some player. 35 million, wasn't it? Bargain. Absolute bargain. I'm an Ait-Nouri fanboy. I think he's going to be a cracking player. I love to see him plays of his technical ability again as well in a City shirt, because the players we've signed over recent years, some exceptions of course, but having been quite as technical as Peak City and having that technical ability back again, but also he dug in today, and Cancelo's more talented than him going forward creatively, but technical touch is pretty similar, I would say. But defensively, Ait-Nouri's better than Cancelo. I trust him more on that side of things. And he dug in today, and he's part of a back line that's it's aggressive. I like it. Semenyo said on the 3 points, it means everything. We just want to win all our games, and whatever Arsenal do, we'll just have to wait and see. We just need to control what we can control. Win our games, and we'll see what happens. Absolutely, mate. And look, Semenyo's presence, and Guehi's presence, and Ait-Nouri's presence, and Núñez's presence, and and Donnarumma's presence in this Manchester City side. And look at who else is there. Cherki's, O'Reilly's, Marmouche, literally as starters or just full stop. The vast majority of this team, I'm going to go name them. So how many? So 4 of the back 5, Ait-Nouri, Donnarumma, Guehi, Núñez. 4, O'Reilly, Cherki, Marmouche, and Semenyo. 8 of that team have not won the league either as with Man City or as starters. And I said that because Núñez, of course, has been there before. But 8 of the team have not won the league as starters for this Manchester City side, or just full stop, whatever. That is vastly new, man. It's vastly new. So they're learning how to do it. They're learning how to play in these games. And it's probably why, actually, when I look at the Real Madrid draw, it's so important for this Manchester City side, because they need to learn how to play these games. To go away at Leeds is fucking big, man. It's absolutely big, It's huge. It's huge, and I'm buzzing for it. I'm buzzing for them. Ait-Nouri himself said, we'll keep going until the end. We'll prepare in training to be ready for these kind of games until the end. Absolutely. I think there's some Guardiola quotes knocking about. Let me see if we can find them by doing the old refresh. Guardiola said we defended really well. We talked about that to suffer it. We did it. But he'll be buzzing. He'll be buzzing because the team found some spirit, and they were physical. They were aggressive. And make no mistake about it, every game that we win like this, even if it isn't pretty, is massive. It's a huge step in the right direction. This team will get better technically. It's impossible for a Guardiola side to have a year of training and not get better under Guardiola. They get better because Guardiola makes every player better technically. It's just what he does. He's a master at improving the small things. They'll get better in time. But what you cannot teach them is the mentality. They've got it or they want it or not. And this team clearly want to win, and they will learn how to do it. The only thing that they need is time, some of these players, to learn what it's like to win these kind of games. And once you've done it before, and they did it last week against Newcastle, they can do it again. And they did it tonight as well. And where City are heading right now, look, it's in the right direction, in my opinion, It's not perfect, it isn't. But, we've got Forest at home the next game now. And I think, you've got to fancy your chances midweek with that one. You have to. Then after that, you got Newcastle away in the FA Cup, but then you got Real Madrid as well. It's a run of games there, but Forest is very winnable at home, very winnable. Then you got away at West Ham. Look, there's 2 games there. 2 games there away at West Ham. if you do that, if you win those games, there's pressure on Arsenal, you know. Guardiola's been praising Rodri as well. I'll find that quote again. Rodri's getting better. He is getting better. Guardiola said Rodri's, wow, what a player, right? We missed him a lot for a long, long time. Step by step now, he's coming back to his best. As I was saying, to see 110 passes complete from Rodri today, that physical, aggressive composure, he's getting there. He really, really, really is. I'm buzzing about this win. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it was sexy football and whatever, but there were moments of defiance, there were moments of brilliance, and there was a real spirit and a lot of partnerships on that pitch today, which I want to see. Big moment this for City. Every game like this is a big moment. It's a one step in the right direction, and today we won, and I'm very, very, very happy. Guys, I'll leave it there. I'll do 5 things to learn tomorrow. For now though, up the Blues. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Saturday with my wife. Yeah, over to you, Arsenal. I love it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, give the video a like. Come on, you Blues.